So if I'm a woman, I'm watching this thing. Did I personally believe that he should have gotten fired and lost his job? No, I think that was a bit extreme. But also, I will say, after watching him and his behavior and his disrespect, I wouldn't want him in my house if I had a pipe broken or busted based off of how he showed up on the show. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you think. Let me hear from Miss Linda E.
So, I think people in this day and age need to realize that everything you say has repercussions. There are consequences, and I don't think it was fair that he got fired because, like Linda X said, unless there were stipulations and it was a breach of contract, I don't think he should have got fired. However, his behavior, his tone, his mannerisms, he didn't do himself any favors. Now, the truth of the matter is, maybe that is why they hired him because, to go on a show, it's not just simply you just turn up on the day. There are audition processes, there's casting, and fundamentally, these shows, whether they're on YouTube or on mainstream TV, they want the eyes, they want the clicks, they want the views, they want things that are gonna have people talking like we're talking about it right now. So, potentially that's why they hired him because he's a little bit, rude, just for lack of a better word. But I do think it reminds us that the internet, number one, is permanent. Okay, it's very difficult to get rid of stuff on the internet. Even when you try and clean up your Twitter, I'm sure hackers can still find old tweets if they really want to get into it. But secondly, we can't. There are going to be repercussions. You just can't come on the internet or come on any kind of media and just be acting anyhow. If he was a self-employed freelancer, maybe then, control of his whole business, cool, then maybe he can take that risk. But I think people just remember that things you say, the way you present yourself to people, especially on the internet or on TV, can have repercussions.
Absolutely. It can have repercussions. And I ain't gonna say who said it, but somebody said, listen, sir, plumbing ain't got nothing to do with who he dates. Unclog my pipes. I say, hey, unclog my pipes or lay my pipes. Like either way, the pipes must get handled. If you're a plumber, just be professional. I am not convinced that he would be professional. I don't know. I could just see him being real argumentative and petty, but that's just me. Miss Athena, what's your take on this whole situation? This was a dating show. Was it that serious for him to lose his job?
Well, I watched. I have to confess, I typically do not watch the show. I usually watch the only black dating show I really watch is like Ready to Love when it comes on and on, but everything else I usually don't watch. I watched the clip of how he was interacting with the ladies, and I do not think it was worth him losing his job over one. But what I also want to touch on is I see this a lot in dating culture that we are very defensive. In dating, people are going to like you and people are not going to like you, which is their right to do. Just like you don't want to be thrown onto someone else that you don't like, that person reserves a right. And I think that we need to, as a group, as a community, come to keep some decorum and respect there and not always go to the juggler or to cut somebody down because you don't necessarily like how they respond. I saw instances where he was doing that, and I saw instances where the ladies were doing that as well. And I just feel like we just need to just have like a baseline of respect for one another, and things will go smoothly. Because what I've noticed in dating especially is that the defense is already up. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. People are judging you. When you were dating, they're judging you and you are judging them. So it's already like a heightened, stressful anxiety situation. So I just feel like we just need to be more respectful all around. And I don't think he deserves to lose his job over it.
Thank you. And I'm interested. I do have a follow-up question while we're queuing the video. I want to know what the chat thinks. Chat, what do you think? Do you think the plumber should have gotten fired for going on a social media dating show? Is this overkill? Was this like clout chasing going wrong? Let us know in the comments and let's build upon these ideas. Can you give me one or two examples, Athena, of the type of disrespect that you've witnessed and or experienced while dating with this defensiveness? I just want to get an example of what that looks like.
Well, no one has like blatantly disrespect me, honey.
I know
But
that's
I'm very gracious, which is so funny because I feel like the men are scared or scared of me sometimes. But I'm so nice, so it costs to catch them off guard. But what I will see though is there was one time I did give a man feedback about my experience with him that wasn't positive, but it was said nicely. And thank God it was said in public. We're at a public restaurant having breakfast because he just couldn't receive like that, I guess, constructive feedback. And I just saw him like breaking down, which I thought he was gonna have like a nervous breakdown in the middle of the restaurant. I got scared, and there was like cutlery on the table. I was like, "Is this man gonna stab me?" Like, I really got like a sense of like heightened fear. So that's why I also said, ladies, you don't know, people are unhinged. We live in a different date and time. You might be sassy, and a man might lose his marbles that day. So I always encourage, just always stay gracious. Okay, always be nice because you never know.
Thank you so much for that, Athena. Now we're gonna look at the video, and we're gonna go around the panel again, and y'all let us know in the chat. And in the meantime, make sure you share and like this broadcast. We're right here at Fly Nubian Queen TV on YouTube. We're also on Spotify, and you can check us out at flynubianmoney.com.
Because he's sassy.
Oh, welcome. I'll have you hold this. All right. If we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 29.
29. Okay. And what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker, being promiscuous, not cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. So we did get a pop balloon. Go ahead and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
All right. If we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You did me a favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. All right. We got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Jara. I'm 22.
Okay. And why did we end up popping our balloon?
Man gets rejected because he's sassy.
Oh, welcome. I'll have you hold this.